Yo, what's going on guys? My name is Kevin, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the best exercises for each muscle group and my exercise recommendations. Now, right here on this paper, I've basically written all my exercise recommendations, and I'm going to explain them and basically just say what exercises are good for what muscle group. And I'm going to do this in terms of my split, which is pull, push, legs. And obviously I have a rest day, but on my rest day I just do 30 minutes of cardio. So I'm just specifically going to talk about the exercises that relate to each muscle group for each day. And yeah, so let's get into it. Alright guys, now for my pull day, I do back, biceps, and forearms. So let's get into every part of those muscles. So for the middle back, I do barbell / seated rows. I think these are very superior, and they will make your middle back very big. Now for the upper back / traps, honestly, all I really do is dumbbell or barbell shrugs. I don't think this really needs any explaining. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now when it comes to lats, I usually do pull-ups or any lat pull-down variation. Honestly, you can do any of those, any type of bar or whatever you want to use, but honestly, if I had to choose just one exercise for lats, I would honestly say pull-ups. And you can do any grip you want depending on if you want to basically target more of your lower lats or if you want to go more towards upper back. That's honestly up to you. And when it comes to lower back, honestly, all I do is deadlifts. You really don't need any hyperextensions or anything like that, honestly. If you do deadlifts, you'll target many muscle groups. As I said in the past, I believe deadlifts are the king of all lifts. So just do deadlifts for your overall lower back development. And lastly, for back, we got rear delts. Now for rear delts, honestly, the best things you can do are face pulls and reverse pec deck. Just find what works for you. When it comes to biceps though, there's the short head, long head, and brachialis. Now I won't go too in depth with this, but I'll just choose one exercise for each head of your bicep. And for the short head, it's got to be preacher curls, or I think some people call them spider curls, but I really like those. Those are really good. They sting a lot. And for the long head, this might be controversial, but in my opinion, incline dumbbell curls are the best for long head development. I really like them, and honestly, they're pretty difficult. I really don't go heavy on these, and I try to aim for about anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. Now, when it comes to brachialis, I like to do rope hammer curls. You can also do dumbbell hammer curls, but the thing is, you might have more range of motion, but you're not going to feel as much tension. And with the rope, you're going to feel tension everywhere. Whereas with the dumbbell, you're not going to feel tension everywhere. So that's just my opinion. And then when it comes to forearms, all you really need to do is dumbbell or barbell twists. I'm sure there's like a million different forearm exercises, and you're probably going to work your forearms either way during a pull day. So you shouldn't worry too much, but if I had to choose something, I would do dumbbell / barbell forearm twists. Okay people, next up, we got my push day. Now, in terms of push day, I do chest, shoulders, triceps, and abs all in one day. Now, if you're wondering why I stuck abs in push day, it's because honestly, leg day really stings, and I have a lot of volume in my pull day already, so I just shove them in push day just to get some ab work in regardless. But moving along, for upper chest, I like to do incline bench / incline dumbbell flies. I feel like these are the two most superior upper chest building exercises. And in general, just as a side tip, when focusing on your chest, you should usually do more upper chest exercises because it'll result in more overall development of your chest. And for lower chest, I like to do decline bench press or chest dips. So with chest dips, honestly, just widen your grip a little bit just to target your chest more, and try to lean more forward with the dip so you target your chest. Because if you were trying to target your triceps, you would use a closer grip and you wouldn't lean in at all. But yeah, decline bench and chest dips, that's all you really need. And then for overall chest development, I would do flat bench press. I'd say that's literally the king of just overall chest development. You can use dumbbells too, but it's just harder to progressively overload. So obviously bench wins in that category. And I like to do push-ups. And you can also do weighted push-ups if you see push-ups are just too easy for you. If you're easily scoring like 20, 30, 40 push-ups, just put like a 25-pound plate on your back and do weighted push-ups. Moving along, we got shoulders. Now, with the shoulders, there's an anterior head, which is basically the front part of your shoulder, and then there's the lateral head, which is like the mid part, and then obviously you have your rear delts, but I covered that in pull day. So for your anterior head, usually what I like to do is an Arnold press, or you can do a dumbbell / barbell shoulder press. It doesn't really matter, but I'd say the Arnold press is overall really superior just because you have a lot of motion going on, and I feel like you're gonna target a lot more than just your anterior head anyway. So overall, Arnold press wins, but you can also do dumbbell shoulder press or barbell press if Arnold press gets, I guess, a little old for you or you want to switch things up. And then for the lateral head, we got dumbbell / cable lateral raises. Now obviously when it comes to dumbbell and cable, you always know cable wins. There's more tension, more time under tension. It's a lot more difficult. So yeah, obviously cable's gonna win. Plus you get to isolate and do one hand at a time, which is a lot better than just taking 2 dumbbells and going at it. But yeah, cable lateral raises, king for your lateral head for your shoulders. Next up, we got triceps. Now for triceps, I usually just focus on the long head and the lateral head, and I don't usually focus as much on the medial head or specific close grip exercises. But in terms of the long head, I do dumbbell extensions and skull crushers. But out of those two, I would probably prefer dumbbell extensions just because I feel more oomph with them, you know? They sting a little more and they just feel overall better to me. Better range of motion, better mobility, all that good stuff. And for the lateral head, I like to do tricep dips or row pushdowns. Now obviously, tricep dips are better than row pushdowns. You can use your whole body weight. The only good thing about row pushdowns really is that I guess it's easier to overload. You can put more weight easily, whereas with your body weight, it's just stagnant unless you want to attach a plate on your back or something like that using like some sort of rope belt thingy. But other than that, yeah, I'd say tricep dips, they're gonna sting more, and I feel like it's overall gonna be better for your tricep development. Lastly, we got abs on my push day. Now this is just me personally, but obviously you don't have to do abs on push day. In fact, you don't have to do abs at all if you don't want to, but I like to do them. And I'd say the 6 best ab exercises in my opinion from what I've done are planks, high crunches, reverse crunches, sitting twists, dead bugs, and wipers. The reason I like these 6 ab exercises is because each one targets a different piece of your ab. Now I know that's like a myth and stuff like that, but I just mean what you feel. Obviously, no matter what, if you're doing an ab exercise, it's gonna work pretty much everywhere. But I'm just talking about where you feel it in general. So that's why I like those 6 ab exercises. But yeah, that's all for push day pretty much. Alright, and lastly, we got leg day. Now leg day is super simple. Obviously, leg day is definitely gonna sting the most, but in my opinion, it's the funnest to do, and it's super simple with what exercises you need to do. Now, for your quads, I would say do back squats and Bulgarian split squats. I would say those are the 2 best quad developing exercises in my opinion. Now obviously there's leg press and seated leg extensions, but I just left those out just because I don't think they're the best and what I would recommend. I'm not saying don't do them. Obviously I still do them, but if we're talking like the best of the best, I don't think they're really up there. Next up for hamstrings, I would say the best hamstring exercise is gonna have to be Romanian deadlifts. Now obviously there's seated and lying leg curls as well, which obviously I do them, I'm not saying I don't. But again, when we're talking about the best of the best for your hamstrings, I would say Romanian deadlift wins every time. Now moving on to glutes. See, the thing with glutes is I don't really train my glutes anymore. I know That might sound like, well, you don't. I used to, but the thing is, I felt like I had way too much volume, so I decided to just take glutes out of my overall exercise list, because I thought, you know what, I can just take them out. Because when I'm doing Romanian deadlift, and this is a good tip for Romanian deadlift, I forgot to mention, basically on your way up, just make sure you squeeze your glutes as hard as you can at the top, and this will help develop your glutes as well. And usually that seems to do the trick, so I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll just take them out, and if it's really needed, I'll put them back in later. But yeah, so for glutes, I pretty much just do barbell hip thrusts. So get a barbell, lean against a bench, and just do some hip thrusts. Pretty self-explanatory, honestly. And then for calves, basically, we got two parts of your calves. We got the gastrocnemius and we got the soleus. Now, for gastrocnemius, I like to do Smith machine calf presses. Now, I also do calf presses on the leg press machine, but honestly, this seems to really f up my lower back. So that's why I'm gonna put Smith machine calf raises before the leg press, in my opinion. I'd say the Smith machine is king when it comes to calf presses. You can also do a dumbbell, but again, you're not really stabilized, you have to balance yourself. I don't really like it. And with the Smith machine, I feel like you get more range of motion, so it's better in my opinion. And obviously with the soleus, very simple, we just do seated calf press. Find a seated calf press machine, load up some weights, and get those calves big. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video, and that's pretty much it for my exercise recommendations, at least for my pull push leg split. Obviously I got a rest day, and on my rest day I just do cardio. If you guys are wondering, I just do pedaling basically on the bike machine or whatever it's called. That's what I like the most, because the thing is, I used to run outside and I used to do cardio outside, but the left part of my left foot started getting really messed up. Like, it would start hurting, and basically I couldn't run anymore, at least for a long period of time. So let's say when I'm like 20-25 minutes in running outside, my left leg would just start giving out, and honestly it was really stupid, because I wasn't tired or anything and I wasn't even done with my session, but I couldn't really finish to the degree that I wanted to. So that's why I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna start doing cardio indoors at the gym. And I decided to pick the bike because, again, I'm seated, I'm not really actually stomping my foot on the ground and overusing it, so my feet don't hurt. And yeah, that's pretty much why I don't run outside. But yeah, that's pretty much it for rest day, and I think that's everything. So if you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, leave a like if you enjoyed it, leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy it, okay? Don't be afraid to dislike the video. I won't be mad at you, okay? Honestly, I don't even check. YouTube doesn't even tell me unless I look at YouTube Studio, which honestly, I probably should. I don't even know if anyone dislikes my videos, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.
Peace!